What if I told you that the greatest story ever told about a global flood was written more than 1,000 years before the Bible existed? What if the world's first true library, filled with tens of thousands of ancient books made of clay, was created by a king who wanted to own all human knowledge and then vanished for over 2,500 years beneath the sands of Iraq? This is not myth. This is not legend. Deep beneath the ruins of Nineveh, in what is now northern Iraq, lies one of the most astonishing discoveries in human history. The Royal Library of Ashurbanipal, the world's first great systematic library. A place where the Epic of Gilgamesh was preserved. A place where medical cures, star charts, and creation stories were carefully collected. A place where stories we thought belonged only to the Bible were already ancient. Tonight, we will walk through its dusty halls. Hear the voice of a long-forgotten king, and discover how a pile of broken clay tablets changed everything we thought we knew about civilization and about ourselves. It is the 7th century before Christ. The Assyrian Empire rules the known world with an iron fist. Its kings are feared as ruthless conquerors. But one king is different. His name is Ashurbanipal, son of Esarhaddon, grandson of the legendary Sennacherib. While his forefathers built their reputation on blood and terror, Ashurbanipal wants something more lasting: immortality through knowledge. Inside the royal palace of Nineveh, surrounded by rows of hardworking scribes, Ashurbanipal speaks with burning vision.
I am not like other kings who only know the sword.
I understand the signs of the stars and the secrets of the gods. But knowledge scattered across the empire is knowledge lost. Bring me everything. Every hymn, every spell, every medical cure, every story of heroes and kings. Let Nineveh become the beating heart of all wisdom. He places his hand gently on a freshly written clay tablet and says softly,
One day my body will turn to dust, but these specks will speak for me. When the last Assyrian king is forgotten.
Ashurbanipal's orders were carried out with ruthless efficiency. Scribes and scholars from Babylon, Nippur, and distant cities were summoned, sometimes by force, to Nineveh. Original tablets were transported, copies were made. Special rooms in the North Palace and Southwest Palace were filled with neatly arranged shelves. Each tablet proudly carried the words, "Property of the Palace of Ashurbanipal, King of the Universe." For the first time in history, a ruler had created a systematic state-sponsored library. What secrets did these clay tablets hold? The greatest treasure was the Epic of Gilgamesh. 12 tablets telling the story of the semi-divine king who sought immortality after losing his beloved friend Enkidu. In one of the most moving passages ever written,
We will see them again in the halls of our fathers.
Gilgamesh cries out in grief,
Thank you, oh my brother. You and India, I smile. Now you have become clay. Shall I too die and never rise again?
but nothing prepared the modern world for Tablet 11, the story of the Great Flood. The gods, tired of noisy humanity, decide to send a devastating deluge. The god Ea secretly warns one righteous man named Utnapishtim. He builds a massive boat as wide as it is long and loads it with his family, craftsmen and the seed of all living things. For 6 days and 7 nights, the storm rages without mercy. When the waters finally calm, he releases a dove, then a swallow, then a raven. The raven finds land and does not return. This flood story, complete with an ark, saved animals, and birds testing the waters, was written more than 1,000 years before the story of Noah appeared in the Bible. The library also contained the Enuma Elish, the Babylonian creation epic, hundreds of medical texts describing diseases and their treatments, precise astronomical observations, mathematical problems, legal codes, and even dictionaries translating the older Sumerian language into Akkadian. Ashurbanipal had not just collected books. He had built a true knowledge system, the ancient ancestor of every great library that would come after it. In the year 612 before Christ, the unthinkable happened. The Babylonians and the Medes joined forces and attacked Nineveh. After a brutal siege, the once mighty capital was set on fire. Palaces collapsed. The great library rooms were buried under tons of burning rubble. The same fire that destroyed the city ironically helped preserve its greatest treasure. The intense heat baked the clay tablets rock hard, turning them into nearly indestructible records. The Assyrian Empire fell. Nineveh was abandoned and forgotten. The complex cuneiform writing itself was lost to time. For 2,500 years, the library slept silently beneath the dust, while the world moved on above it. In 1849, the British archaeologist Austen Henry Layard and his brilliant Assyrian assistant Hormozd Rassam began digging at a mound called Kuyunjik near the modern city of Mosul. One day, a worker shouted with excitement,
"I found it! Over here! It's gold!"
Effendi, rooms full of small stones covered with strange writing. What they uncovered were not stones, but thousands of clay tablets, scattered exactly as they had fallen, when the palace burned centuries earlier. Back in London, a young and self-taught Assyriologist named George Smith worked tirelessly on the broken fragments. In 1872, while studying one particular tablet, he suddenly froze in shock. My God, this is the story of the deluge, the same flood as Noah, but written long before the Bible. The news spread like wildfire across the world. Scholars and the public were stunned. The Epic of Gilgamesh was slowly pieced together, revealing humanity's oldest surviving masterpiece of literature. Today, more than 30,000 tablets and fragments from Ashurbanipal's library are preserved, most of them in the British Museum. Ongoing international projects continue to translate, study, and digitize these ancient texts so that the wisdom of the past can reach the whole world. The lost Library of Ashurbanipal is more than an archaeological wonder. It is a powerful warning and a message of hope. It warns us that knowledge is fragile. It can be buried by war, forgotten by time, or destroyed by hatred. And it gives us hope that even after centuries of silence, truth can rise again from the dust. As you sit here today, with all the knowledge of the world in your pocket, remember the king who filled entire rooms with clay tablets, so his civilization would never be forgotten. My final message to every listener is this: protect what remains of our shared human heritage. Support archaeological projects in Iraq and around the world. Visit museums when you can. Read the ancient stories. Teach your children that human wisdom did not begin in our lifetime. Because every tablet we save, every story we recover, and every voice from the past we choose to listen to makes us wiser and better human beings. The Library of Ashurbanipal was lost for 2,500 years, but its echo still calls to us across time. Will you answer? From the clay of Nineveh, the first library still speaks.